Hello and welcome to Building Resilience. Today we're talking courage over comfort. First, let's start with I'm going to take you back in time. If you can't think of something that has been a challenge for you in your life right now, I want you to go back, reflect, and think about a time in your life where you have had a challenge. What did you do? How'd you handle it? How has that been for you? Because this is the space where we bring that up and we talk about it and we bring it to life. And we don't just bring it back in our memories, just to think about and remember. No, the purpose of having these difficulties is to learn. How do we go forward? Now that we've been through this, what have we learned? So it's not just about remembering the challenge, it's also asking yourself, how did I handle it? Did I do a great job of handling that challenge in my life? What did I learn from it? And then you start building your plan for your future challenges because that's life, everybody. We have one challenge after another, small or large. And we get knocked down, but what do we get out of all of this? How do we handle our our day to day? How do we take those things that we learn from the challenge and then apply them to tomorrow and make sure that we come out on top, come out successful? Okay. So today we're talking courage over comfort because let's be honest, we all love that comfort zone. And the reason for this is because we are so used to doing the things we do, we feel confident in what we do. We feel we've done this before. We have learned how to do it. We have managed and mastered the steps, right? This is where our confidence comes from because we are competent in that area. So, why leave something that we are so competent in, comfortable in, mastered, right? Here's the thing, here's what happens outside of that comfort. Once you take that one foot and step outside the comfort zone, you find fear. You find unpredictability, things that you're not used to. And so come right back. We do this because we don't want to feel um, not confident, basically. We don't want to feel incompetent because now we've got to learn all these new things. We've got to step into a zone we have no um, knowledge about. But what happens when you do actually do that is that you end up learning new things. You end up being more comfortable in those new things that you don't know about. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to build that courage, how to get out of your comfort zone. Let's start with our framework: love, learn, and lead or let go. We're starting out, as always, with love. First, acknowledge your fears with self compassion. Before we can step into courage, we must first acknowledge the fears holding us back. What fear is holding you back? A lot of us have a set of things that we're afraid to do because we haven't mastered it. We don't know about it. We lack the knowledge. We lack the skill, whatever it is, right? I want you to think about it. What is your fear? What is that fear that's holding you back? Recognize that fear is a natural response to change. We have fear because we're afraid. It's built within, it's an innate, built in feeling because it keeps us safe. When you see threat, you don't step into the threat because that's how you keep yourself safe. However, in terms of learning something new or trying something new, it can help hold you back. So start with this. Recognize that fear is natural response to change. It does not mean you are incapable. Think about this for a second. Let it sink in. When you have fear of something, it doesn't mean you're incapable. It's a natural response to change. Two, practice self compassion. When you're facing uncertainty, when you're facing fear, practice that self compassion after recognizing this is a natural response. Meaning, give yourself grace to learn. It's okay that you don't know something. We all start out not knowing, and we give ourselves time to start practicing and learning and growing. And three, identify the small daily actions that actually help you build that confidence over time. What are the things, three small actions that you can do on a daily basis to help you build that confidence? Okay, ready for action step number one? Write down one fear. Let's think about one. Let's keep it small. One fear that's been holding you back, then reframe it as an opportunity for growth. Are you afraid of public speaking? Are you afraid of writing an article? Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of being seen as somebody who doesn't know what they're doing? And let's reframe that into an opportunity for growth. Meaning, if you are afraid of public speaking, say, I want to work on my public speaking skills. That's an opportunity for growth, right? Okay. Two in the framework is learn. Understand that growth comes from discomfort. When we're comfortable with something, we already have mastered it. There is nothing for you left to learn when you're in your comfort zone because you've already been and done everything that's in your comfort zone. You've mastered it. And this is why you feel so confident and comfortable. So there is nothing left to learn from that. That is why you have to get out of that comfort zone. That's where you'll find growth. Every major success, every story that has this successful story in it, it comes from a moment of discomfort. The more we challenge ourselves, the more we grow. So, here are the three things. One, reflect on your past moments where when you felt um, stepping outside of your comfort zone led to success. When was that? Take a minute to think about it. Two, shift your mindset from fearing failure to embracing learning. This is why we don't step out, is because we're afraid we're going to fail. Instead of thinking about it this way, think of it this way. I am about to learn something new. I don't know how to do it. I'm completely uh, green in that area, but I'm going to learn it. And three, recognize that confidence comes after action, not before. A lot of times, this is what we do. We wait until we build the confidence to step into the unknown. Where is confidence going to come from if we're in the waiting zone all the time? Confidence only comes after you've actually taken action. You try that one thing that you're always afraid to try, even if you fail at it, but now you've got the experience to build on. Whereas if you're just waiting for confidence to come before you try, you've got nothing. So confidence comes after action, not before it. Okay, here's your action step for that. Identify one small step that you can take today that pushes you just a bit beyond your comfort zone. Is it talking to others? Is it going out and networking? Is it teaching something new? Is it learning something new? Is it application? What is it? What is your one thing outside of your comfort zone? What are you going to try? All right. The third in our framework is lead, because we are building leadership. So we don't keep things to ourselves. After we work on ourselves and we learn, we have to help. We have to support each other. And as servant leaders, we have to think about, other people. And so lead is part of the everyday learning experience that you go through. So what you're doing is you are setting an example of bold action. Leaders don't wait for the perfect moment, they create that perfect moment. By stepping into that discomfort, what you're doing is that you are inspiring others to do the same. When you step into the discomfort, you inspire others to do the same. How do you do that? All right, here's your three things. One, commit to taking risks that align with your purpose. Let's go and think about your purpose. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? And what are the risks that align with your purpose? Two, encourage others by sharing your experience of growth. You know, a lot of times we feel uncomfortable talking about ourselves. We say, "Well, I don't want to be all about me." The truth here is it depends on what you're sharing. If you're sharing stories that actually have led to you becoming successful in it, and they share different things that you've gone through, you could be helping someone else going through the same thing that you are. And we learn together so much better, especially when we hear what others have gone through. We learn what their experience is, what steps they have taken, what, I, there's so many things that I learned by listening to other people share their stories. I don't know how to start my business. I was lucky enough to find someone to actually show me the steps. And I asked different questions. But this is how we do it. We learn as a community. We learn through sharing. So share your story of growth, especially if you have one that you went through discomfort, because these are the best stories. And then three, lead by example. Boldness is contagious. People see you being bold, they're going to think, "Oh, this is easy. Let's do it. If he can do it, if she can do it, then I can too." Boldness is contagious, people. Let's lead by example. Go through that discomfort. Let's experience it. Ready for that action step? All right. Challenge yourself to do something uncomfortable this week. Okay, today is Sunday. We've got a whole week ahead of us. Challenge yourself to do something uncomfortable this week and then share your experience with someone. We've got social media for this purpose so we can each learn from each other through these stories. So let's do that. Challenge yourself, do something uncomfortable, step out of that comfort zone, and then share your experience. Come back and share with everybody. What did you learn? What was your experience like? What steps did you take? What are you going to do? That's the question. What are you going to challenge yourself with? All right. Now, love, learn, and delete. And the final in the framework is let go. There's two ways to look at letting go. One, if you have a challenge in your life, um, and you keep ruminating on the challenge, that that one negative thing that has happened to you before, most of the time we think about it in a negative way, and we think, this thing that happened to me, it was brought me down, it challenged me, it created this problem for me and that problem for me, and then we stop. That's not how I want you to think about your challenges. I want you to think about what you learn from them. Because if you're just going to ruminate on it, I want you to let it go. That's way one to look at letting go. The other way is release that fear of judgment and failure. Most of the time, we do not get out of our comfort zone. We don't get into the uncomfortable, the courageous action because of fear of failure, because of fear of rejection, because of fear of judgment from others. But if we let that fear go, if we release that fear and only focus on the end goal, it becomes so much better to actually step out of that comfort zone. One of the biggest obstacles to courage is the fear of what others will think. So hard to let go of that need for external validation. We're always looking for somebody else to approve of what we're doing. So, here are your three things. One, accept that not everyone will support your journey, and that's okay. Not everybody's you, not everybody understands what you're doing. You be your own cheerleader, you be your own acceptance validator, and move on. You're not going to find a lot of people who are going to cheer you on. Accept that. And most of the time, we're all busy thinking about our own thing. We think that someone else is watching and judging, but really they're thinking about their own thing. So accept that. Not everyone will support your journey, and that's okay. Two, focus on the progress you're going through, not perfection. We're never going to reach perfection. So what are the steps that you have taken so far? What have you learned from them? What does your progress look like? Effort has is so much. You've actually learned so much through the effort of doing something. That's why you should focus on your progress. And three, shift from what if I fail? Because this is what we ask all the time. What if I can't do this? What if I am incapable? What if? Instead of asking that, I want you to shift to what if I succeed? Have you thought about that? What if you take a step outside of your comfort zone and you actually succeed? What are you going to do then? How many people are you going to inspire? Right? There's so many great things about success. We don't think about it, we only think about failure, unfortunately. So here's your action step: write down a bold decision you have been avoiding. What have you been avoiding? Come to truth with yourself and be honest with yourself. What have you been avoiding? Write down a bold decision you have been avoiding. And then commit to taking the very first step this week. Just one step. Make it small. And if you start making it a really large step, you may not be able to commit to it. So let's think small, doable, actionable. What is one small step that you're going to take and you're going to commit to this week? Again, it's Sunday. We have a fresh new week starting tomorrow on Monday. What are you going to do? Make that um your action number one. So again, accept that not everyone will support your journey and be okay with that. Be your own supporter and your own cheerleader. Two, focus on the progress that you're making, not perfection. We can never reach perfection because we're always in progress. We're always learning, growing, and developing and becoming better. Not thinking about becoming the best, we are thinking about becoming better. And number three, shift from what if I fail to what if I succeed? And I want you to say this out loud to yourself. What if I succeed? Take a minute, take it in, listen to yourself saying this. What if I succeed? Ooh, what's going to happen when you succeed? What are the outcomes? Who's going to be looking at your success? Who's going to be learning from your success? And then think this way. Our brains are always looking for the negative. Let's train our brains to look for the positive. Let's do that instead. So, growth happens in discomfort. I want you to keep that in mind. Yes, there's so many things that we can learn when we are comfortable, but they're not the biggest lessons in our life. Go back and think about the biggest lessons in your life. When did they happen? Come on, remember with me. They happened when you were uncomfortable. They happened when you were challenged. They happened when you were experiencing discomfort and fear of judgment, of failure. That's when they happen. Reflect on that for a second. By choosing courage over comfort, we start new possibilities we haven't even thought about. We start developing that resilience and step into leadership. And remember, it's not just for us. What we are building is an experience that others can follow through, that others can see and learn from, that others can take steps towards. It's not just for us. We are leading through these experiences. And it's so important that we lead by example. We take the courage to actually step out of our comfort zone and leave those fears behind. But we can only do it one small step at a time. One small step at a time. What action are you committed to this week? What are you going to do? Think small, think doable, think actionable. Small, doable, actionable that you can actually take right now and commit to. Before you go, I want you to comment below what's one bold step you're committing to? What is your bold step for this week? And if it's, let's say you commit to something and it takes you longer than the week to actually put into action, that's okay as long as you're working on it. That's what matters. Progress. Remember, progress is what matters, is the effort you put into that work that matters. As long as you're continuing to work on it. What is one bold step you're committing to? And what are you going to work on this week? Because you're going to build that habit over time, that habit of discipline over time. What is your bold step? Alrighty, who is ready to get out of that comfort zone and build that courage that'll lead you to learning and success? I am. I'm committing to that. Alrighty, follow Lead with Imkan for daily leadership insights. I'm on social media on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and on Substack. And we learn together as a community. We share our stories so that we can get inspired by each other. I want you to visit imcanleadership.com for more resources, for more insight. Join my free community, MCAN community. My my Spark Path is completely free and it's filled with insight, leadership lessons, videos, courses, and so much more that we can all learn together in. I'm committed to building that resilience lesson by starting to train the resilience muscle one step at a time. Our next episode, I'm gonna talk about the power of saying no. We'll explore why saying no is one of the most powerful tools that a person and can actually have for our personal and professional growth. Until next time, keep leading with resilience. Take one small step at a time, and I will see you next time.